2 spots for the All-Star race of the Oreo Truck Series have been filled. 2 more are up for grabs here in this event. This is the Oreo Open number 2. As we prepare for 31 drivers to try and fill those 2 transfer spots. And then, yes, indeed, we got 2 more spots that are going to be filled. And they'll be shown here at the end of this race. The 2 fan vote winners that are going to transfer into those final 2 spots. So, 2 of the 6 spots have been filled. We know Jack Richards and Stephanie Williams, they're going to the All-Star race in the Oreo Truck Series. Who else will join them here? We got we got John Acosta on the pole for this race. Alongside of him will be Daniel Schwab in the 82. Then you got Bill Doverpool and Sasha Dawson making up row 2. Mackenzie Hopkins with Marco Rossi will make up row 3. And then you got Margaret Mason alongside of Dylan Schwallenberg, and then Wolfgang Mason with Connor Germain making up the top 10. Pace car is going to roll off. These drivers will complete 2 pace laps, then we'll put them under the green flag for 17 laps of racing. Whoever finishes in positions 1 and 2, you know the drill anyway. They're going to transfer their way into the All-Star race for the Oreo Truck Series, as all drivers are going to get off pit road without a problem. Here's the starting lineup for this Oreo Open number 2. Saw some pretty doggone good racing. I'll tell you what, if statistics at this track, since we've only had 1 race at it, mean anything, John Acosta and Daniel Schwab must be feeling pretty good about themselves, because Jack Richards, Stephanie Williams started off their race in positions 1 and 2. They ended in positions 1 and 2, but we don't know what's going to happen here. 17 laps, anything can happen. Green flag is out in the Oreo Open number 2. 2 more spots are going to be filled here for the All-Star race, and just like that, they get wrecking. That was Yokohama Kato and Brendan Patterson, the 81 and the 93 mid-pack, as they are 4 wide for the lead. Mackenzie Hopkins going to go down to the way low side, as she's going to take the top spot. They're 5 wide off of turn 2, and they're wrecking further back there. Oh my goodness, all heck is breaking loose right here, as it looks like that was Marco Rossi that may have gotten turned right there. Whoa, Daniel Schwab getting awfully squirrely through that turn, and here comes Wolfgang Mason along with Margaret Mason. The Masons working together. Down to the inside comes Wolfgang Mason. John Acosta trying to get that second position from Mackenzie Hopkins. Daniel Schwab getting into the mix here as well, as they go 3 wide there for third. John Acosta, he's looking maybe to the inside for the lead down here to the stripe. Can he get a run on the Wolfgang Mason machine? No. It's Wolfgang Mason first, John Acosta second. Now we've had absolute mayhem break out here. Tim Feigl, he was involved in something. Marco Rossi, Yokohama Kato, Brendan Patterson, possibly Cody Yamas. And oh my goodness, no front end left on the Barney Ward machine. Savannah Turner's on pit road as well. Jeff Ehlers, he's damaged. Cole Fralick may be damaged. The same for Mike Dawson, as we are under the caution flag. Current leader is Wolfgang Mason with John Acosta in second. I think there may have been 2 different incidents that occurred. Let's take a look. This was coming down to the green flag, and I think maybe Brendan Patterson just gets into Yokohama Kato right here. Yeah, turns him up. Oh, Jacob Rodriguez, nowhere to go. He gets squeezed into the outside wall. Tim Feigl gets squeezed into the outside wall. Caleb Barnes gets a little bit of damage from that. Not much. Oh, there's Cole Fralick getting involved. Jeff Ehlers gets Yokohama Kato. Cody Yamas ran into the back of Cole Fralick. Kato slides down to the apron there. Mike Dawson may have gotten some damage from that. Barney Ward, I don't think he got his damage from this. I think it was from an incident further up. So let's take a look and see what happened further up, which I believe was Marco Rossi and maybe some other drivers. Oh, they went 5 wide here off of turn 2, and I thought they could do it. I thought there's enough room to go 6 wide, but right there, Connor Germain just gets into the 54, turns him down in front of Jake Baskinger. Baskinger, I guess, is able to get through. Rossi goes down and hits the inside retaining wall. Something else must have happened further up or something, because Savannah Turner had some damage. And she's up there in the 62. I think Rossi just goes spinning here on the back straightaway through that grass area. See if we can find out what happened to Savannah Turner here. She's almost down on the apron. She's down with her left wheels right on that yellow line. Yeah, Jessica Miller up above her with Jake Crove and Richard Johnson. Just ahead of her is the 50 of Jacob Boyer. See what exactly happens here. Oh, there almost looks like some contact between Richard Johnson and Jake Crove in there. Let's take a look. There's Dylan Schwallenberg, Michael Harvey kind of squeezing each other into the outside retaining wall there. Oh my goodness. Oh, Kayla Barnes just comes and hooks the 62 of Savannah Turner. A little bit of female rivalry going on there. I don't know what the deal was there, but that was almost looked like it was an intentional wreck there by Kayla Barnes. She just sends the 62 up into the outside retaining wall, and that was a hard lick for the 62. There was smoke pouring out of that race car, and I think that's then where Barney Ward's going to get his front end damage. Let's take a look as the Savannah Turner machine slides down the racetrack here. Coming into your screen is going to be the 18, and oh my goodness. Oh, look at Savannah Turner after that hit. Oh my goodness. Oh. Boy, thank goodness this track was banked. If it were like a flat front straightaway like in Atlanta, I have a feeling that car would have been flipping a barrel rolling a lot longer than that. The banking kind of helped to scrape off the speed and stop the flipping, but Savannah Turner, Barney Ward, certainly some hard licks there, and it all started by what looked like an intentional turning, courtesy of Kayla Barnes. We will return to the green flag on lap 6 of 17. Barney Ward and Kayla Barnes are the only two drivers out of the race after the hard impact both of those drivers sustained, which brought out our first caution. Actually, it wasn't what our caution came out for, though. The caution actually originally came out for the incident that occurred in the front straightaway with Yokohama Kato, Brendan Patterson, and others. And then we had Marco Rossi spin on the back straightaway, and then we had Savannah Turner get hooked by Kayla Barnes, and Barney Ward plow into the 62. So 3 separate incidents, putting us under the caution flag for the first time today, basically. And here's the drivers who are going to be in the top 10 for this restart. Wolfgang Mason leads the way. John Acosta second. Mackenzie Hopkins up there in third after one of the greatest passes for the leads I think I've ever seen. That was a 4-wide pass. She got the lead there on the first lap. Margaret Mason runs in fourth. Fifth is Daniel Schwab. Sixth place is going to be Zach Buchanan. Then you got Aaron Reed in seventh. Eighth, Sasha Dawson. Ninth, Richard Johnson. And in 10th, Bill Overpool. I'll tell you what, keep an eye on Richard Johnson, coming off his best career Oreo Truck Series finish at Atlanta of 2nd place. And you got Michael Harvey, he is 11th. Connor Germain is in 12th. Jessica Miller is in 13th. 14th is Jake Croven. Jacob Boyer 15th. 16th is Dylan Schwallenberg. 17th, Tim Walsh. 18th, Kayla Barnes. 19th is Danny Wells. And Mike Dawson completes the top 20. Take a look at some drivers that I would watch in this race. One of them is right there. I expect Jacob Boyer to maybe be a little bit of a surprise player in this. He ended up having a great race at Atlanta in the Snickers Cup Series Division 3. Boyer ended up having the pole for that race and came away with a 3rd place finish. And Michael Harvey holds the record for most Truck Series victories in a single season. He has 3 in Season 1. As he is going to roll off from position number 11. Wolfgang Mason, though, he's out in front. John Acosta holds that second transfer spot. Not for long. To the inside comes Mackenzie Hopkins. She wants that second transfer spot as she moves to the inside of the Toyota Tundra of John Acosta. Wolfgang Mason going to slide down, block that inside line to make sure that he does not lose the lead. Margaret Mason getting all over the back bumper of Mackenzie Hopkins and almost gets turned by Zach Buchanan. Buchanan bounces off of Aaron Reed. And they keep it together somehow. Good save by those guys. Aaron Reed, Zach Buchanan, Margaret Mason. Tell you what, the females are getting at each other. Margaret Mason was all over the back bumper of Mackenzie Hopkins there. We had Kayla Barnes hook the Savannah Turner machine. Don't know what it is with the females today, but they're getting feisty. Speaking of females, it looks like, whoa, Mackenzie, look out! Whoa! Whoa! John Acosta almost turned Mackenzie Hopkins down onto pit road. And now it's a new player for the front, Daniel Schwab, but the caution is out, so Wolfgang Mason, Daniel Schwab, they are the top two. What's the caution out for this time? Oh, another female gets involved in something. Sasha Dawson. Brendan Patterson's involved, along with, I think, Bill Doberpool. And we're under the caution for the second time today. Let's take a look. Well, here's a look at what happened. Let's see if maybe it's... Oh, boy, I almost thought it might have been Jessica Miller turning to Sasha Dawson. Oh, no! Tim Walsh and Dylan Schwallenberg. They get together, hit the apron, slide up the racetrack, and it just closes up this whole thing. Sasha Dawson gets turned. Brendan Patterson, nowhere to go. He hits Sasha Dawson. They see Danny Wells in the 51 involved. Bill Doverpool, Schwallenberg. Oh, Jacob Rodriguez plows into Tim Walsh. Jeff Ehlers puts on the brakes to miss this. There's Dawson and Patterson. And just look at the car. Look at the carnage. Patterson, Dawson, and Jacob Rodriguez in the 88. Jacob Rodriguez was in the top 10 in the standings earlier on this season in the Oreo Truck Series, but boy, things have just gone downhill for that 88 team now. Well, let's go back to green flag racing as we are under the caution flag for the second time today. Back to green flag racing we'll go. We do have some drivers that have retired from the race. Jacob Rodriguez, Tim Walsh, they've retired from the race in 28th and 29th. They joined Savannah Turner and Barney Ward in the garage area. Other drivers who were involved including Bill Doverpool, Brendan Patterson, and Sasha Dawson have returned to the racetrack. They are 25th through 27th. So for this restart, right now, the top two are Wolfgang Mason. He's been out in front for pretty much this whole race. And Daniel Schwab is in that final transfer spot in second place, but we still have a total of 7 laps remaining when we get the green flag. Mackenzie Hopkins has been a player all day long. She is in third. Fourth is our outside pole, or not our outside pole sitter, our pole sitter, John Acosta. And then Michael Harvey, we're talking about him being a 3-time winner in the Truck Series in Season 1. Well, he's up here now in the 5th position. 6th is Jake Croven. 7th place is Margaret Mason. Richard Johnson 8th. Jacob Boyer 9th. And Aaron Reed runs in the top 10. Let's look further back here as we still have time. Mike Dawson runs in 11th. 12th is Caleb Barnes. 13th is Zach Buchanan. Cole Freilich is 14th. Marco Rossi, damaged race car and all, still in 15th place. Jake Baskinger is 16th. Connor Germain is 17th. Yokohama Kato 18th. 19th is Jessica Miller, and Cody Llanos runs in 20th. 21st is Danny Wells. 22nd, Dylan Schwallenberg. 23rd, Tim Feigl. Jeff Ehlers, 24th. 25th, Bill Doverpool. Brendan Patterson, 26th. And 27th is Sasha Dawson. Drivers out of the race include Tim Walsh, also the cars of Jacob Rodriguez, Savannah Turner, and Barney Ward. 7 laps remaining in this event. Seems like the big thing, cautions breed cautions, but it could also be the pressure being upped with the fact you have to finish in the second position to transfer in. These drivers are scratching and clawing for every position possible to get themselves in a possible scenario to get one of those 2 transfer spots. And that could be what's bringing out the caution flag so much as well. They're just trying in any way they can to pick up a position here and there. Speaking of picking up a position, Daniel Schwab's going to pick up a position. He'll pick up position number 1, and Wolfgang Mason will slide back to second. This is not a good thing for the 35. He could very easily slide outside of the top 2 and lose a transfer spot after leading pretty much 2/3 of this entire race. Here goes Michael Harvey, 4 wide, taking the second position from Wolfgang Mason. He wants more. Harvey to the inside. He'll take the lead here coming down the front straightaway. Let's see if he can get a run on the 82 at the stripe. Who is it? It's going to be Daniel Schwab. And the caution's out. Again. So Schwab and Harvey hold the top 2 spots now. And the caution's out for Sasha Dawson again. I'll tell you what. These females are wrecking like crazy here. And Sasha Dawson, the Pizza Hut Toyota, another problem for her. Oh, Margaret Mason, another female, caught up in this. Let's take a look at what happened. But I'll tell you what, it must be bad luck to be a female here at M&M Speedway. Well, Margaret Mason did not get wrecked by another female, so apparently the female rivalry is not that extreme, but it was Jacob Boyer who turns the 99 of Margaret Mason right here. She bounces down into Mike Dawson. The two of them are going to go for a spin up into the outside retaining wall. Look at Dawson. Head on. Oh. Hard lick right there. And up ahead, someone else got together. That was Caleb Barnes, and I think that was Richard Johnson. Yes, it was. Caleb Barnes and Richard Johnson got together further up there in the turn 2 area. As here comes Jeff Ehlers. Oh! Head on. And Sasha Dawson and Brendan Patterson, they get together as they get involved with Richard Johnson and Caleb Barnes. That was some hard licks that were taken right there. And we are under the caution flag, obviously. Oh, look at Margaret Mason flipping up on her roof. Who'd she get nailed by there? I think that was when she was nailed by Jeff Ehlers. So we got 6 cars at least that came away with extensive damage, and I think we're going to have another green-white checkered to decide this open race. So we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here on lap 16 of 17, which means, you guessed it, green, white, checkered to decide this race. Right now, the top 2 transfer spots being held by Daniel Schwab and Michael Harvey. Now, Daniel Schwab, he's the one of 2 Red Bull cars that is not in the All-Star race. Adam Rose, his teammate, is in the All-Star race because Rose had a Truck Series victory last year after the All-Star race of Season 2. So here we go. This is the way they're going to line up. Schwab is the leader. Harvey is second. Jake Croven, he wants a transfer spot. He is third. Fourth is Wolfgang Mason. Fifth is John Acosta, our pole sitter. Maybe trying to pull off what Jack Richards did. Started on the pole position, finish with the win. He's in 5th, still very much in contention. Mackenzie Hopkins has been up here all day long. Very strong car there. In 6th, Jacob Boyer is 7th. Aaron Reed, don't count him out. He's in 8th. Zach Buchanan in 9th. And Connor Germain is going to restart in the 10th position. Just to let you, give you an update on who was out after all those hard hits that took place. Sasha Dawson, Sasha Dawson, Brendan Patterson, Richard Johnson, Margaret Mason. Boy, I'm having trouble with the names here today. Mike Dawson, Caleb Barnes, Jeff Ehlers. They join Jacob Rodriguez, Tim Walsh, Savannah Turner, and Barney Ward in the garage area. Here we go. Green, white, checkered. 2 laps till we find out who gets 2 more transfer spots into the All-Star race. Then it's the fan vote where everybody's eyes are going to be on. Here comes Jake Croven looking 3 wide underneath both Michael Harvey and Daniel Schwab. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. He's going down low. He's getting a little tap here from Wolfgang Mason. Look out, look out, look out. Oh, boy, that was awfully close there. Thought that maybe Mason and Croven would get turned as we are still green flag racing. Jake Croven out in front. First time I think I've ever seen that number 18 out in front this whole year. You got Wolfgang Mason battling for that final transfer spot with Michael Harvey wrecking the back. Wreck about mid-pack. The caution will fly. It's going to be Jake Croven who's going to possibly win this race out of turn 4 for the final time. And who's going to get second? It's Wolfgang Mason right now. Will Schwab or Acosta put a move? No! Wolfgang Mason gets second position, and he'll transfer into the All-Star race along with our winner, Jake Croven. Jake Croven took over that number 18 ride from Matthew McMurray, and he's going to be representing that Interstate Batteries Chevrolet in the All-Star race. Wolfgang Mason's been up front all day long. He's going to not win the race. He'll have to settle for transferring in via second place, but I don't think he'll have any problem with that. Caution ended up coming out for Cole Freilich, Jessica Miller, Jake Baskiger, Zach Buchanan, and Marco Rossi, it looks like. Sasha Dawson, Aaron Reed, they got together as well. Oh, Bill Doverpool there. And Yokohama Kato just ran into the back of Aaron Reed. I wonder if he's got some kind of a grievance against the number 78. Maybe he thinks that Aaron Reed cost him something there. I don't know. But nonetheless, this race is declared over. Jake Croven will pick up the win. It's not a points win, but it's a win that's going to get him into the All-Star race for the Oreo Truck Series. And alongside him, transferred in, will be Wolfgang Mason. So we know that Jack Richards, Stephanie Williams, Jake Croven, and Wolfgang Mason, they have transferred their ways into the Oreo Truck Series All-Star Race for Season 3. But now, the question is, who's going to get the 2 fan votes transfers? We're going to find out in mere moments as Jake Croven comes down front straightaway, and he will see the checkered and the caution waving at the same time. Jake Croven wins the Oreo Open number 2. Wolfgang Mason's going to get second. The 2 of them transfer their way into the Season 3 Oreo Truck Series All-Star Race. Well, thanks to everybody for watching. Several drivers are going to be going home dreaming of debuting in the All-Star Race next year. And several of them are going to be heading over to the Mobile and Snickers Cup Series to get into their rides there to try and transfer in as well. So hope you'll tune in for that, as this race weekend, oh boy, it's far from over. We now know who 4 of the 6 drivers who have transferred in. Here comes the finishing order, and then check at the very end for the special announcement of which 2 drivers are getting in via the fan vote, as we have capped off the qualifying for the Oreo Truck Series All-Star Race. But Mobile and Snickers, we're not done with them yet. All-Star Race weekend continues here on the NNSCRA Sports Channel, offline racing at its best.